Morning, friends, and welcome to this webinar on cloud computing and the server administration. I hope I am audible there, friends. Can you please confirm in chat box? Anyone? Yeah, thank you, Swarupa. Yeah, Manoj, great, fine. Okay, so as you know, this is a webinar on multiple technologies actually, like cloud computing and the server administration. Okay. So this is the first webinar, our first demo session actually. So we'll just try to keep the session as simple as possible. And the most important thing is we'll try to keep the session more interactive. More interactive in the sense, whatever questions you have, whatever doubts you have regarding AWS and the server administration, feel free to send your questions in chat box. Okay, so this is a live session, as you know this is a live session. So the best thing you can have, the best advantage you can take in the live session is you can interact with the trainer and you can clear all your doubts. And how to interact with the trainer? Through the chat box, you can interact with the trainer. So whenever you have any question, feel free to send your question in the chat box so that I can address your question and hopefully you can clear each and every doubt. Okay, so before you start anything, actually, you should know where exactly you're moving, right? Before you start any course, you should know what exactly is this course all about and where exactly it can take you into your career. Fine. So again, this is more of a interactive session actually. Okay, so this is not a regular session. This is just a webinar where we'll try to understand what exactly is cloud, why it is so much in demand actually, why companies are looking for cloud administrators across the globe. Okay, why the Linux server administration is so important for every person for last 30 years actually. Linux servers are there from starting of 1990s, right? Early 1990s, we are in 2025 now. Why these servers are in so much in demand? So these are some of the basic things we'll try to understand. Okay, fine. Let me just try to. Okay, so this is all about our webinar actually. Okay, so let me just introduce myself so that you can expect, you know what you can expect from me actually. See, this is me, Shakeel Aman. I have totally 14 plus years of experience in this IT industry. I experience on Windows servers, networking, Linux servers, virtualization, security, and for last 6, 7 years, I'm on this cloud computing actually. Okay. Normally people ask me a question, why I did this many things in my career. See, when I say I know server administrations like Windows and Linux, when I say I know the Linux administration, when I say I know the virtualization, I know the security part, I know the networking part, each and everything is related technology actually. It's not like, I did something in SAP and I did something in multimedia, I did something in some other technology. Whatever courses I have done in my career, whatever certifications I have done in my career, all the certifications are connected with each other. And what is the best part actually? The best part is, like I said, I am on cloud computing as of now. So in cloud computing, we have concepts that are related to Windows servers. We have concepts that are related to Linux servers. We have concepts that are related to networking. We have concepts that are related to virtualization, security, and many more things. So whatever I did in my career from last, 14, 15, 16 years, everything I have done in cloud computing again. The difference was when I did the networking parts, let's say in 2009, 2010, when I was learning, or when I became a network administrator in 2009, 2010, it was about the physical network. But in cloud, it is a virtual network. When I did Windows Server administration way back in 2009, 2010, the servers were like physical servers, but now it is virtual server. When I did security years before, it was physical firewall, but now it is virtual firewall. There's a difference. But overall, the technology, what I learned, let's say 15 years before, till today, the technology is majorly same. Some minor differences will be there here and there for sure, but majorly the technology is same. Okay, so this is about me, friends. This is what I did in my career. Okay, and coming to this course, actually, this is a package, right? This is a package where we have three courses. One is your AWS, Amazon Web Services. In this AWS, what we do? In this AWS, we learn about the cloud computing concepts, right? So this is your AWS. And then we have the RHEL, Red Hat Linux Server Administration, the latest version. Okay. And then we have the Windows Server Administration. You know, AWS and the Linux Server administration is actually live classes. Windows Server Administration, I will share some recorded classes with you. Windows Server Administration will not be live classes. AWS and the Linux server will be live classes. Okay. So for AWS, the timings are at 7 a.m. This is the time of, this is time for your AWS. Every day, 7 to 8 a.m. AWS classes will be there. And Linux server administration, we can decide maybe before 7 a.m. or after 7 a.m. Or let's say after 8 a.m. because 7 to 8 AWS will be there. Okay. So this time, we'll continue with Amazon Web Services. And like I said, within a couple of weeks, we will go with the Linux server administration, maybe at 6 a.m. or maybe at, let's say, after 8 a.m. anytime. Done? So this is about your package. I'll repeat again. In this package, we have three different courses. Amazon Web Services, where we are learning about cloud computing, Linux server administration, and Windows server administration. AWS and Linux server administration will be live classes, live sessions. And coming to the Windows server administration, I'll just share my previous recorded sessions of Windows server administration. Okay, done. And to do these courses, actually, if you go with individual courses, it may, it will be around 15 to 20,000 actually. If you go with AWS as a separate course, Linux as a separate course, and Windows as a separate course. But friends, we have an offer here. We have a New Year offer. And in this New Year offer, we are offering all these three courses in 6,999 only. Okay. I repeat, these three courses will take at least 15,000 if you go individually. But because of the New Year offer, and hopefully very soon we have Sankranti. So for this, festival period, we are offering these three courses, the complete package in 6,999 only. This is only up to Sankranti, New Year plus Sankranti. So this is Amazon Web Services, Linux Server Administration, and Windows Server Administration only in 6,999. Okay, maybe someone can say they are interested only in AWS. Fine, well and good. Someone can say they are only interested in Linux Server Administration. Again, well and good. It's up to you. So you can go with Windows Server Administration separately, or you can go with Linux Server Administration separately, or you can go with Amazon Web Services separately. But if you want to go with each and every course separately, the fees, I think, for every course will be 5,000. If you're planning to learn only Amazon Web Services, it will be 5,000. If you're planning to learn only Linux Server Administration, it will be again 5,000. Okay. But if you're planning to start your career in cloud computing, then you should know the server administration part as well as the cloud computing part. You should know both the things. Your resume should have the Linux Server Administration mentioned as well as the Amazon Web Services. Then only you'll get an interview call. Okay. Done. Okay, I got a question here. The question is, after the course completion, is it mandatory to learn DevOps? See, DevOps is a different thing. See, Linux server administration is a different path. Windows server administration is a different path. Cloud computing is a different path. DevOps is a different path. Cyber security is a different path. You know why people combine all these courses? Because each and every course is very closely related with each other. Got it? If you want to be in cloud computing for rest of your life, you can there as a cloud administrator for rest of your life. It's not like you have to learn the DevOps mandatory, or you have to go with the cyber security mandatory. No, it's not mandatory. It's up to your requirement, actually. There are many people who will go only with AWS because that is their requirement. They'll just learn the cloud computing. That's it. It's not mandatory to go with DevOps. And in case if you want to go with DevOps, you may add more job opportunities, actually. You may increase your job opportunities. That's it. But as a fresher or as a 2 or 3 years of experienced person, if you want to start your career in this IT, the best thing is you can learn the Linux server administration and the Amazon Web Services, then you can start your career. Every company on the face of the earth, they need server administrators, whether it is on Windows Server or Linux server, it doesn't matter. So they need server administrators and they need the cloud administrators. Okay, it's up to you to decide for the cloud administration and the DevOps and the Linux administration to go with DevOps or not. Done. So this is about your package here, friends. Like I said, I'll be handling all the 3 courses: Amazon Web Services, Linux Server Administration. I'll take both the courses at different times, obviously. Like AWS is at 7 a.m. So Linux will be maybe at 6 a.m. or maybe after like 8 a.m. Okay. And if you go with the duration of this package, the complete duration. So if you come parallelly, within 2 months, you can finish. Parallelly means 7 a.m. for AWS and let us say 9 a.m. for Linux. So next 2 months, you can complete your complete package. Or if you say, okay, first I'll go with this AWS, I'll complete the AWS first. It will take 45 to 50 days to complete AWS. Then I'll come for the Linux administration. So Linux administration will take another 35 days. So in that way, it can be 2.5 months actually, or it can be more than 2.5 months. Okay. So, every person can learn courses parallelly. At least 2 classes in a day is not a big deal. So in case if you're, interested in joining this complete package, then start with your AWS at 7 a.m. and then go with your Linux server administration parallelly for like a couple of weeks whenever it starts. This is the best thing you can do actually. Okay. And coming to the package fees, this is your complete fees. This is your offer, so it will be only in 6,999. And whether it is your AWS or Linux server administration or Windows server administration, for every class, you will get your recordings. As of now, this session, the recording has started actually. So once we are done with this session, they will provide you all the recordings of this particular session. So every AWS session, every Linux server administration session will be shared with you. All the recordings will be shared with you. Okay, starting 2-3 demos will be there. In this 2-3 demos, the recordings will be shared with every person. And after like 2-3 demos, they will share recording only with the registered people. But as of now, initially, the recordings will be shared with each and every person. After that, the recordings will be shared with only the people who have registered for this particular course. And like I said, every session we will record here, friends. From day number 1 till day number, whatever the last day is there, each and every session we will record here. Done? Okay, fine. So this is about me and this is about the package and all the details about the package, like how many days it will take and how much fees it will be. And coming to what exactly we are learning in this package, once we finish our webinar today, management will share all the details with your friends. So within, half an hour or so, management will share all the details. They will share the details of this particular package, the course curriculum, the course content, everything they will share with you through WhatsApp or through email. Okay. Now, what I'll do here is I'll just try to, clear some questions actually. Whenever I take a demo or whenever you see any webinar or demo across the globe, there are certain questions every person have actually. So what I'll try to do here is I'll just try to address those questions, and after clearing all the questions, I'll take your questions. Okay. So the first question here is, what are the pre-requirements to learn Amazon Web Services and the Linux server administration or the server administration in general? What are the pre-requirements? See, there are absolutely no pre-requirements to learn cloud computing and the server administration. Absolutely no pre-requirements. If you have just completed your college, let's say bachelor's in any group, maybe you did, let's say BCom, or maybe you'll suppose a, engineer, whatever. If you just complete your bachelor's, you're 100% eligible to learn cloud computing and the server administration. There are absolutely no pre-requirements needed. Whatever pre-requirements are needed, what I'll do here, I'll cover each and every pre-requirement there. I'll cover each and every pre-requirement in our regular classes. Whenever I start a topic in server administration, I'll start from the very basics. Whenever I start a topic in the cloud computing, I'll start from very basics actually. Okay, so I'll cover each and every pre-requirement. So if you're a fresher, if this is your first day of your class, then no need to worry, my friend. We will see everything from basics. We'll see everything from scratch. Done? Now, the next question here is, who should learn server administration and cloud computing? Look, my friend, anyone who is interested in making a career in cloud computing, I repeat, anyone who is interested in making a career in cloud computing or the server administration or DevOps or cyber security, or if someone is a programmer, if someone is a developer, all these people should know the cloud computing and the Linux server administration. I repeat, if you're a programmer or a developer, you must know the cloud computing concept. You know, every batch I have people who come from programming background. They say, okay, we are a Java developer or we are a Python developer for last 8 years or 7 years or 10 years, and we are learning cloud computing. You know why they are learning cloud computing? They are Java developers, right? And they are working in this particular field for last 8 years and 10 years and 6 years. They are learning this cloud computing because their company is asking them to learn cloud computing. This is such a important platform for everyone, my friend. So if you are interested to pursue a career in cloud computing, well and good, you have to learn everything. But what I'm saying here is, if you're someone from a different background, let's say you're a developer, you're a programmer, and you're in this particular field for last many years, you're completely settled down in that particular field, but still you have to learn cloud computing. Still you have to learn at least Amazon Web Services. So literally every person should know the server administration and the cloud computing. And especially if you're making a career in this, then obviously you have to learn everything here, right? You have to learn the complete administration there. Okay, so who should learn the server administration and the cloud computing? People who are interested in making careers in server administration, people who are interested in making careers in cloud computing or DevOps or cyber security or ethical hacking, all these people should start their career from Amazon Web Services and the Linux server administration. But beside these people who are in programming or development, these people also should learn the cloud computing and the Linux server administration. Okay. Now, way to apply for jobs. Okay. For example, you have already completed cloud computing and the Linux server administration. So where we can apply for jobs now? Look, my friend, cloud computing and server administration jobs are available literally in every company on the face of the earth. You just show me a company which is not connected to internet. You just show me a business which is not connected to internet. Whether it is textile business, hospitals, showrooms, shopping malls, forget about IT companies, banks, colleges, universities, literally everywhere, every business is connected to internet, right? So what is internet actually? Internet is a group of networks where there are some servers like Linux servers and Windows servers, and they are running probably on cloud. So whatever business you think of as of now, every business is running on internet. So once you complete your package where you are learning the server administration of Linux and Windows, and where you are learning the Amazon Web Services, that is your cloud computing, you are literally eligible to get a job in any company on the face of the earth. You're not restricting yourself here, my friend. For example, if I'm a lawyer, what I can do? I can simply go to a court and I can practice my degree in a court, right? Can I go to a hospital or can I go to any IT company as a lawyer? Probably no. There is a place where I should go and I can, do some practice there. I can earn some money there. But as a cloud engineer or as a, server engineer, your requirement is literally in every company on the face of the earth. This makes this technology more, more in demand actually. Everywhere, any company, any country, any continent, you are the person who are needed there actually. So literally, let's say in a company there are 100 servers. Out of 100 servers, 90 to 95 servers are running on Windows servers or Linux servers. Or if I can say all the 100 servers are running on either the Windows Server operating system or the Linux Server operating system, I am not wrong here actually. So literally every company, they need server administrators. Every company, they need cloud administrators. We are the people who are needed literally in every part of this world. You can sit somewhere in India, in a village, in a town, in a mandal, in a district, and you can work for a company which is somewhere in Australia. You can work for a company which is somewhere in USA. You can work for a company which is somewhere in Dubai, or you can work for a company which is somewhere in, let's say, Bangalore or Noida or Delhi or Mumbai or Hyderabad. Like, work from home is a very normal thing now, right? You just need to have a laptop and internet connection. That's it. We have internet connection in our mobile phone. 2 GB every day. 2 GB is more than enough for you to connect to the company and work for whole day. Actually, within 1 GB, you can work for whole day. So we are the people, we are needed in every company because of you and me. Let's assume we are the administrators. We are the cloud administrators and we are the server administrators. Because of you and me, the whole internet is working today. Because of you and me, we are able to connect to the session. Because of you and me, every business is running on the face of the earth. If the administrators are not available, then the internet is not available. If the internet is not available, there is no business, my friend. There is no business on the face of the earth. Literally, every company is connected to cloud. See? So where we can apply for jobs? We can apply for jobs literally anywhere in any company, any business. It doesn't matter. Our work, our responsibility will remain same. Okay? Now, how to do practice? See here, friends. Whether it is server administration or the cloud administration, these are practical based courses, right? You have to do some practices. So how you can do practice? To do practice, you need to have one laptop or a desktop, it doesn't matter. And you should have the internet connection. And for AWS, you need to have an account actually, AWS account. What is this AWS account? I'll show all these things in great details. It is a free account. Okay, so you just need to have an AWS account there. So if you have an internet and AWS account, that's it. That is your requirement actually. You need to have a laptop, minimum 8 GB laptop should be there, and a internet connection and an active AWS account. So if you have all these three things, you are more than eligible to do practicals of Amazon Web Services, Linux Server Administration, as well as Windows Server Administration. Okay, so each and every course is a practical based course. There are many practicals we need to see in Amazon Web Services. There are many practicals we need to see in Linux Server Administration as well as Windows Server Administration. Okay, done. And the last question that I'll get normally in every demo session is what to learn in Linux and AWS. Okay, you're learning Linux Server Administration and Amazon Web Services. Fine. So what exactly you need to learn in this particular course? You know what I did here? I have just designed a package. I have just designed a course curriculum actually. Let me just take you to that course curriculum once. So this is my package here, friends. You can just go through this package after the demo. Well, this is the package. Here we have the complete Linux Server Administration, what we are learning, the complete Amazon Web Services details, as well as the Windows Server Administration details. This is what we are learning in Linux Server Administration. Okay, so when you see this concept like file system in Linux, it will take probably one class. When you see this user management and group management, probably it will take, let's say, two classes. When you see this access control list, probably it will take one class. Okay, when you see backup and restore, it will take one class. Okay, so like this, each topic I've just mentioned the main topic name. I have not mentioned like what exactly you're learning in this particular topic. For example, if I say Basic commands, you'll be learning around 40 to 50 basic commands. Hmm? Copying, moving, renaming, and deleting files. See, actually, we start from very basics of Linux, overview of Unix and Linux. Okay, then we'll move into the system administration or the server administration part, and then we'll move into the advanced concepts of Linux. So, like this, we'll just try to cover everything from the basics up to the advanced level. And coming to the Amazon Web Services, here also same, we'll start from the basics, like what is cloud computing. What are the advantages of cloud computing? How we can, use the cloud computing, where we can use the cloud computing, okay? And what is the, cloud computing structure, the physical structure, the logical structure, the architecture, okay? Then how to create AWS account. And then we'll start from our major topics like networking topics, where we'll be learning about something called VPC, virtual private cloud. In this VPC, we are learning many services. Then we'll go to the server part. In this server part, we'll be learning a very important service called EC2, Elastic Compute Cloud. This is probably the most important service we have in cloud. So like this, we'll just try to learn each and everything. And whatever you see here, everything is a practical thing. For example, if I go with, let's say, roles in IAM, we have to say this practically. If I go with something like, let us say, VPC peering, we have to say this practical. If you go with NAT gateway, we have to say this practical. If you go with subnets, we have to say this practicals. So whatever topics I have mentioned there, majority of topics are practical based topics. So first we need to start the topic theoretically, then we need to enter that particular topic practically. For example, if I go with a topic like, let's say, introduction to AWS architecture. So if you go with AWS architecture like regions, availability zones, and edge location, there is no practical here. It's just a theoretical concept. We need to understand where are the data centers available, where are the data centers located in all those things. Okay. But whenever there is a practical, we have to see the practical for sure. So this is some curriculum I have designed actually. So you can just go through this curriculum and you can see what exactly you are expecting in this particular package. Once you're done with this particular course, the complete package, you are 100% eligible to apply for jobs in any company on the face of the earth on Linux server administration, Windows server administration, as well as the cloud computing. This is the advantage you have in this package. You have opportunities on multiple technologies. You're not restricting yourself on only one technology. For example, let's say I'm from Hyderabad. So let's say if I'm applying for a job in a call center, I can apply for a job in a call center based on English, Telugu, and Hindi. I know three languages. So see, if I know three languages, I have more options available there, right? What if I know only Hindi, I cannot speak Telugu or I cannot speak English, then I'm restricting myself, right? I'm simply restricting myself there. So more technologies on your resume, more job opportunities will be there for you. Okay. And one more thing, learning the Linux server administration and Windows server administration will be very easy. The reason is, theoretically, the Linux server administration and Windows server administration, many topics are same. For example, if you go with something like, let us say, user and group management in Linux, the same user and group management will be there in Windows. Okay. If you go with something like, process management in Linux, process management will be there in Windows. If you go with NIC teaming in Linux, NIC teaming will be there in Windows. If you go with, networking concepts in Linux, networking concepts will be there in Windows. If you go with, let's say, DNS server in Linux, DNS server will be there in Windows. So don't feel, can we learn these three courses? Is it easy? Is it difficult? No, nothing. If you go in a very simple and easy way, learning these three courses will be super easy actually, because there are many topics which will be related in each and every course, which will come in each and every technology. For example, when you go with these Amazon Web Services, one of the most important topic is actually IP addressing. So IP addressing we are learning in AWS, and the same IP addressing concept we are using in Windows Server Administration as well as the Linux Server Administration. So it's not a big deal here, my friend. Learning these three technologies are not at all a big deal. If you just follow a particular process, it will be super easy for you to learn. And what is the advantage here? Like I said to you, my friend, every company on the face of the earth today They may need a Linux server administrator, they may need a Windows server administrator, or they may need a cloud administrator. Or probably there are many companies where they need all these three people. And just imagine if they can get all these three technologies in one person. That is, let's say you. Just imagine, my friend, how much job, uh, how much you are increasing your chances of getting a job actually, right? If I know only Linux server administration, and let's say you know Linux as well as AWS, company will prefer you over me, right? Because I know only one technology, but you know three, or you know two technologies. So this is the package. This is the package we have designed according to the requirement of the market. I repeat, every company on the face of the earth, they need server administrators as well as the cloud administrators. If you know both, your requirement will be too much in every company. They will just try to take you maybe on Linux servers and maybe on Windows servers and maybe on cloud. You will have the option of selecting the company for yourself, not the company selecting for you. These are such important courses, my friend. Got it? So this is something about your package, and this is something about your package duration, fees, and these are the very common questions I'll get every time whenever I conduct a demo session. Now it's your time. If you have any other questions beside these 5 questions, feel free to send your questions in chat box. It will be great for everyone so that we can address all the questions. Okay. Okay. Meanwhile, let me just show you a few more things here, like how we can do practice. I'm not sure how many of you know the Linux server or the Windows server or the cloud computing. Let me just take a tour of all these 3 courses. So this is actually your AWS account. What I'm trying to access here is a Amazon Web Services account. In the coming days, you will have your own account. I will show you how to create an account. Okay. Without having this AWS account, you cannot do practicals. It's a free account actually. You just need to create an account and you can, use it for your practical purpose. And coming to the Linux server administration and Windows server administration, there also things will be, free. How to use them, I'll show that again in our regular classes. Okay, so from there is some authentication here. 373068. Now, listen, friends. What you see right now on your screen is actually a AWS console. This is the place where we work as a cloud administrator. If you want to practice, this is a place where you can practice everything. And if you're working in a company, this is the same console you'll be connected in a company. And in this console, we have some services, let us say EC2, the most important service. VPC, another very important service. Route 53, very important service. CloudWatch, very important service. Direct Connect, very important service. S3, IAM, all these are the services that we are going to learn. But friends, if you want to succeed in this cloud computing career as a fresher or as a 2 or 3 years of experienced person, if you know EC2, VPC, S3, and IAM, if you know these 4 services, you are 100% eligible to get a job in any company on the face of the earth. EC2 will take probably, let's say, 12 classes. VPC will take around 8 classes. S3 and IAM will take around, let's say, and some more services, let's say 10 classes. So only for these 4 services, we are spending around 80% of our duration. These are such important services. CloudWatch, SNS, it will take only 1 session. Direct Connect will take only 1 session. Okay, Route 53 will take 1 or 2 sessions. So the other services will take 1 session or 2 sessions. But these 4 major services, these are the backbone of our cloud administration. So if you're good in these 4 services, you will be good in all the other services for sure. So 90% interviews, 90% interview questions will come from EC2, VPC, IAM, and S3, 4 services. Okay. Now, there is a question here. Are you providing live projects or practical concepts? listen, my friend, every concept that we do, every practical we will do, we'll just try to make that practical as a real-time project. We'll just try to present everything as a, concept that you do in some company. For example, what I'll do now is I'll just go to EC2. My requirement here is I need to create a server here. And in this server, I need to launch a web application. Okay, let us make things more interesting. I'll do one thing. The time is 7:43 now, right? It is 7:43 a.m. Let's say it will be 7:44. Within next 2 minutes, I will launch a web server for you. You know what is a web server? Web server is a server that you can access from anywhere across the globe through the internet connection, right? I'm not sure where exactly you're sitting as of now. I'm sitting in Hyderabad. Maybe you're sitting in Hyderabad or some other country or some other city in India or some other country across the globe. It doesn't matter. Internet is common for everyone, right? Through internet, we are able to connect with each other. What I'll do now is I'll just try to launch a web server and I'll allow you to connect to my web server. Okay, so let us make this small project now. So to do this, first of all, I have to go to my EC2 service. I'm not explaining anything here, my friend. What is this instances here, or what is this, firewall here, or what is a route table, or what is a VPC, what is a server operating system. I'm not going to explain anything. I'll just show you some practical here. So I'll just say launch instance here. Let me just say test web server, something. I'll select some operating system here. I'll select some instance type here. I'll select some key pair. It will be too interesting actually to learn all these things when you go without regular classes. As of now, allow me to do some configuration here, public IP. And there is a concept called firewall. And this firewall concept, I need to add few more things here. HTTP. Okay, fine. Stored at 8 GB. I'll go to some advanced details. Meanwhile, whatever questions you have, feel free to send your questions here, friends. I'm just planning to. Okay, let me just copy this. Some script is there. So by the way, there is no need to know any programming language to learn this course. There is no need to know the coding or any programming language. Okay, without the knowledge of anything, programmer or any of the coding language or all these things, you can learn Linux server administration, Windows server administration, and cloud computing. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll just try to add our names. I'll begin with my name. Shakeel, Kumar, Manoj, Sai, Swarupa, Durga. And let me just add few more names here. Let's say Alu Arjun, Virat Kohli, Katrina. I just added few names here. You know what I did here? I've just connected to my Amazon Web Services. By using my account, I have connected to the AWS and I have just, taken some resources from them and I have just launched a server actually, a web server. This is my web server. I'll just say launch instance. See, the question was, will we do any practicals, projects or practicals and all those things? I've just completed a project here, my friend. I have not explained anything because, it's not easy to explain me everything as of now. What you see here, instances, images, auto scaling, load balancer, network, it will take probably 2 weeks or more than 2 weeks for me to complete all those things. And once you get a job in a company, your responsibility can be there only on instances or only on network and security or only on auto scaling and load balancing. You'll be learning many things actually, but when you work in a company, your responsibility will be there on one or two services. Got it? You're learning many services, but your responsibility is here on one or two services. That's it. Okay, let me just select this server here. I hope it is ready by now. It is showing running. I'll select the IP address, public IP address. I'll go to browser. I'll just connect to my server. I have just launched my web server here. So let me just use HTTP here. See what you see here. Can you see your name? Kumar, Manoj, Sai, Swarupa, Durga. Do one thing here, friends. I'm just, sending you a link in the chat box. You can see there probably. Just try to tell me if you are able to access this web server or not. Just click on the link, whether you're using mobile phone or laptop, it doesn't matter. Just click on the link and you'll be connected to this web server. And tell me from where you are connecting to this web server, from which city or which country. I have just showed you a very small mini project. For me, it is a mini project, but to do this project, it may take around 20 classes for us actually. To come to this particular place, it may take at least 20 classes. Fine. Swarupa says she can access. From which city, Swarupa? If you can tell me just your city. Okay, Hyderabad, great. And Manoj also can access. From where, Manoj? Guntur, fine. You know why I'm asking this? The reason is, where exactly our server is running? This is a web server actually. It is running somewhere. But you know where exactly the web server is running? This is actually running in Amazon Web Services data center, which is there in Tokyo. I have selected Tokyo as my region. Amazon people are offering services from multiple locations. Tokyo is one of the region actually. So from this particular Tokyo region, they have the data centers. And you want to see how the data centers look actually, Amazon data centers. Let me just show you one small image here. This is the data center, my friend. What you see right now is a data center, Amazon data center. Let me show you some other image. Yes, this is your Amazon data center. So Amazon people are having data centers in multiple locations across the globe, multiple cities and multiple countries and multiple continents. So what I did for our web server, I have selected Tokyo. Why I have selected Tokyo, there is a different story. We'll come to it. But I have selected the Tokyo, and this particular web server is running on our Tokyo data center. And what is data center? What you see right now on your screen is your data center. This is your data center, my friend. And what she is doing there, she's just trying to configure some server there. And what you see, this black boxes, actually, these are your racks where we have servers and firewalls and storage devices and all the other things. Why cloud computing is such an important, course to learn? One of the reason here is obviously it is in very much in demand. That's obviously one reason. Okay, and the other reason can be like uh, good packages, good salaries and all those things. Fine, there is one more reason actually. But if I can take some other reason here why the cloud computing concept is so much in demand, because it's a technology where we are combining multiple technologies, where we are learning something about servers, something about firewalls, something about storage, something about networks, something about security. We are learning multiple things here. This makes this particular technology more interesting actually. Okay, so literally every company on the say, forget about companies, my friend. Let's say you and me, every day we are connecting to cloud, knowingly or unknowingly. Every day we are connecting to cloud. How we are connecting to cloud every day? You are accessing your WhatsApp messages every day. So where are the WhatsApp messages located? They are located somewhere in cloud. We are accessing our emails every day. So where are the emails located? Emails are located somewhere in cloud. So literally we are connected to cloud every day. A technical person, a non-technical person, knowingly or unknowingly, every person is using the cloud services each and every day. Every person is connected to the Linux server or the Windows servers every day. But the difference from today will be, instead of simply connecting to the Linux servers or the cloud computing services and all those things, from today we are learning it and we will be working as a cloud engineer or a server engineer or a cloud administrator or a server administrator. That will be the difference from today in our life. Till now, we are simply using it without having any knowledge. We are using it, but from today, we'll be responsible for maintaining the cloud services. We are responsible for maintaining these servers. This is one of the most responsible job on the face of the earth. Okay, so I'll do one thing. This server is not needed now, so I'll just go ahead and select this server. Then I'll say terminate. That's it. I'm just deleting my server actually. See here how easy it was for me to take a server and how easy it is for me to, like, simply delete the server. Okay, let me just show you one more thing before I get more questions from your side. This is your Linux server actually, friends. I'm just connecting to the Linux server here. It will be like this. Many people are not comfortable when they hear the name Linux. They feel like, oh, everything is commands and commands and commands. But friends, how the commands are designed here. ls, this is one command. fdisk -l, this is some command. I'm saying user add, let's say Manoj, user is added here. Okay, if I say tail /etc/ password, here I can see Manoj information. Say this is the command. Here I can see Manoj information. I can say Sehwag, I can see Zahir, Yuvraj, John, some other thing. Okay, if I say user delete Manoj, done. User Manoj is deleted. Check it once. Can you see any Manoj user now? You can see Sehwag, Zahir, Yuvraj, John, and some other people. But where is Manoj? There is no Manoj here. I have just added Manoj user. I have deleted Manoj user. So what you see right now on your screen is your Linux server administration, or Linux server actually. This is your Linux server. You can see many files here. You can see many folders. So normally when people see the Linux server operating system, they see something like this, and they feel like, oh, everything is command here. Everything is looking some numbers, some alphabets, and all those things. But friends, in one class, only in one session, you will be super perfect in this particular output. What exactly you see here? -rw something something something, drwx something something, -rw -r something. These are known as actually permissions. So what you see here may look a bit bigger actually, but within one session, within 1 hour session, you will be perfect in this particular output. You can literally understand everything. What exactly is this? You can easily understand this. What exactly is this? You can easily understand here. What is this soft? You can understand. Why it is showing in this green color? You can easily understand. Why it is showing in this red color? Why it is showing in this blue color? Why it is showing in this black color? Everything you can understand easily there. So like this, you will be working on our Linux server administration. So what you see right now on your screen is your Linux server operating system. This is your Red Hat Linux server operating system. So this is what you'll be learning in your regular classes, and you'll be working on this particular Linux operating system. Okay, friends, so this is about your package. I hope it is clear now. What is this package? Why we need to learn this particular package, and what exactly are the courses we are learning in this package? And the next thing was what job opportunities you can expect after completing this Amazon Web Services and the Linux Server Administration. Look, if your requirement is only AWS, well and good. You can simply join for AWS. If your requirement is only Linux Server Administration, you can join only for Linux Server Administration. But friends, if you are getting this package only in for AWS, Red Hat Linux, and Windows Server, this is a great offer, right? This is just a great offer for everyone. 6,999 with recorded sessions and running notes. Okay, and many more things probably. You'll be getting all these things in this package. So this is only for like 6,999. It's up to you to decide what to do with this particular package. Okay, our next class will be there on Monday. Monday at 7 a.m. Okay, this will be the next class for us. The first demonstration will be on Monday. Like I said, we will start everything from very basics, very scratch, and we'll go up to the advanced level. So what is cloud computing? What are the things you can expect in cloud computing? Okay, all these things we'll try to understand in our regular classes. So as of now, I'm not going in all the details actually of this cloud computing concept as of now. Just try to understand, like, what exactly is this particular package. What is cloud computing? What are the advantages we have in cloud computing? Why it is so much in demand? What is the server administration? Why it is so much in demand? All these things we'll try to see in our regular classes. Okay. So that's it for the day, friends. That's it for the webinar. I'm here for like a couple of minutes. If you have any doubts, any questions, feel free to send your questions in chat box. If you want to talk to me directly, Kumar, Manoj, Sai, and Swarupa, feel free to unmute yourself and we can have some interaction. See, every session should be interactive session here, my friend. Use the chat box. I'm not going to disable the chat box any day. Not only for the webinar or the seminar, till the end of our course, I'm not going to disable the chat box. Chat box will be always open. So feel free to use the chat box and just try to clear each and every doubt. The best advantage you can take in a live session is you have the option of interacting with the trainer, and while interacting, you can clear all your doubts. That is the best advantage you can take there. Okay.
Sir,
Yeah, please go ahead, Swarupa.
so I'm working as a Java developer.
Mhm.
So I'm looking for AWS where like what questions I'm getting when I'm attending interview section. Like, do you have any experience in AWS, and can you able to deploy your microservice application to a, AWS? So what are the services you have used? So like like for what a Java developer, I mean, it's not like Java developer, but
See,
how,
yeah,
yeah.
your question is what are the services you need to learn?
Mm.
This is one service, virtual private cloud. This is one service, elastic cloud compute. This is one service, IAM, identity and access management. This is one service, simple storage service. These are the 4 services you should know to deploy any software anywhere on a server. You need a server actually, right? You
Yes.
literally need a server to run your code or to run your program. So this EC2 is your server. This EC2 is a virtual server. So when you go with this EC2, these are the services you learn in EC2. Instances, auto scaling, load balancing, network and security, elastic block store, images and instances. All these services comes under one major service that is called EC2. So if you know this particular service, you can launch a server and you can connect to this server and you can deploy your code or application in that particular server.
Okay.
So for every person, actually the requirement is same. For every person, they should know this particular. Remember, I told you this. If you are good in these 4 services, what are the 4 services here? EC2, where you are learning about virtual servers. VPC, where you are learning about virtual networks. S3, where you are learning about storage. IAM, where you are learning about users. If you are good in these 4 services, whether you are a Java developer, Python developer, or a cloud administrator, or a DevOps administrator, or a cyber security guy, or a ethical hacking person, whatever, you'll be super fine with this cloud concept for sure. These are the 4 core services in cloud, and every person should learn these 4 services.
Okay. Can you let us know regarding certifications in AWS?
Okay, certifications, actually, there are multiple certifications. To begin with, there is a certification called AWS Cloud Practitioner.
Okay.
Let me just show you. If you are interested in the certification part, the first certification you should go here is AWS Cloud Practitioner. This is the foundation certification you have. This one, AWS Cloud Practitioner. Every person should go with this. Or if you want to go a bit advanced one, then you can go with the professional certification, that is Solution Architect. Once you go with these certifications, then you can go with some specialty actually. You can go with some special services like maybe machine learning or advanced networking or security, or here we have something called developer certification, solution architect certification, data engineering, machine
Okay.
learning. These are
Mm.
specialty here, so it's up
So,
to you. Yeah.
I need to go with AWS developer, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you need to go with AWS developer. But when you start learning your technology, you need to start learning from where? AWS Cloud Practitioner. From here, you need to learn everything. Because when you go with the developers directly, you will miss all the fundamentals, all the basics, and each and everything there. So you cannot understand the developers or any of the associate certification or any of the professional certification there. So AWS is asking their students in a way to start their career or start the learning process from the practitioner certification from here.
Okay, got you.
And they have introduced the AI also actually recently. Okay, but still practitioner is a certification you should go with. And in this particular course, we'll be learning topics that are related with this AWS practitioner as well as AWS solution architect. And when you go with the developers, 70% of things will be there from this AWS practitioner and AWS solution architect only. Then there will be some services which you will be learning in advance. Like, you're in a particular field there, so you will be learning services that are related with your field. But for every person, EC2, VPC, IAM, S3. These are the four major modules actually. So every person should know these four major modules.
Okay, got you.
Yeah. There are many paths. There are many certifications available. One of the reason why AWS is so much in demand is because of the certifications what they offer actually. And literally they offer every technology that's here, analytics, blockchain, containers, database, developers tool here, and Internet of Things, machine learning, robotics, satellites, storage. So literally they offer you multiple technologies there. So for completing the basic part, see when I say basic, it's a very, wrong terminology to use. You're learning so many things here, but according to the certification, this is obviously basics. But you're not learning very few basic things there. You're learning a lot of administration. You're learning many services, but still overall, it is your first step in your journey to become a cloud expert or cloud, the highest level. So this is your first step. So they are offering you all these things. But can we learn or do we need to learn all these services? There are approximately 200 services from cloud. No, we are not learning all these things. We need to learn the practitioner certification, the services which are there in this practitioner. Then we have to decide where exactly we have to move, in which particular path we are interested. Like suppose someone is in machine learning, they'll be learning the services which are related to machine learning. Someone is a person who is related with blockchain technology, so that person will learn the blockchain technology. So it's up to the person's requirement. But initially, what every person should learn? Every person should learn this particular course, what we have designed here. On this particular course, you can decide like where exactly you can move in your career. And one more question, Linux, is it mandatory for everyone? Wow, this is a very big question to address, my friend. It's up to you to decide actually if you're interested in Linux or not. But if you're planning to make a career in cloud, like someone is a Java developer here or someone is coming from some other background, if they know basics of Linux, that is more than enough. But if someone is planning to go with the cloud as their career, then I can say Linux is mandatory for them. Linux is indeed mandatory for people who are planning to make a career only in this server administration or cloud administration, or let's say DevOps, or let's say cyber security. These are some of the very advanced technologies we have as of now. So Linux is mandatory for them. Done. Anything else here, friends? I'm here for like some more time. So feel free to send your questions if you have any. If not, we'll stop the session here. And like I said, our next session will be on Monday. That is 6th Jan. At 7 a.m. Okay, fine. So I guess no more questions. So we'll stop the session here. And thanks a lot, everyone. Manoj, Sai, Swarupa, and Kumar for joining the session. Early morning, not so easy, but every day we'll come at 7 a.m. regularly for our, demo sessions as well as for our regular sessions. Okay,
Sure, sir.
done.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thanks a lot. Good luck. And yeah, fine. Take care, guys. Bye.